king above all kings, who shakes the whole earth with holy thunder and leaves us breathless in awe and wonder. The King of glory, the King above all kings. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Who brings our chaos back into order? Who makes the orphan a son and daughter? The King of glory, the King of glory, who rules the nations with truth and justice, shines like the sun in all of its brilliance. The King of glory, the King above all kings. Yeah, this is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, worthy, worthy, worthy. Oh, this is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. All that you've done for me.
Hi, it's me, India. Welcome back to our series, Don't Worry About It. It's so cool how we have learned that God doesn't want us to be worried and anxious. He has provided so much for us to have a healthy and peaceful mind. But that doesn't mean stress won't happen. There are so many things that can cause stress in your life. Family fights can cause big stress. When a friend decides they don't want to be your friend and they turn their back on you, it can be really stressful. Not to mention all the homework, deadlines, and assignments from school. That can be a huge cause of stress. So where do you go when you're stressed? Where do you go to find peace? Some people turn to hobbies like video games to relieve stress. That's not bad, but that's not where God told us to go. Some people think if they just go to their friends and tell them all about their stress, then that will help them feel better. That's not bad, but that's not where God told us to go. There was one place God instructed us to go when we're stressed. That place is in the presence of Jesus. It's true, stress will happen, but Jesus is stronger than stress. If you spend time in His presence, He will give you peace. Today in your lesson, you're going to learn from the story of Mary and Martha, how you can come to God's presence when you feel stressed out. Until next time, I'm India reminding you, don't worry about it. See ya!
What you gotta know, what you gotta know. Time for Boudreaux, what you gotta know. What you gotta know, what you gotta know. Time for Boudreaux, what you gotta know.
Hey everybody, my name is Boudreaux. That's pronounced Boudreaux. And I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. Today, we're learning about how Jesus can calm us when we're stressed. So every time today you hear somebody ask you what you gotta know, you tell them, I will come to God's presence when I feel stressed out. Life is full of stress. I mean, I got a whole lot of stuff to be stressed about. What if my pet gator eats his dentist? What if a meteor comes down and splashes in the swamp and gets mud all over my freshly washed truck? What if my possum pot pie turns out too garlicky? I hate garlic! Oh no! Okay. These are probably not things that stress you out, but they sure stress me out. I'm sure you got some stuff that stresses you out too. Your grades, sickness, you got some family problems, you name it. The good news is, when you're all stressed out, you can go to Jesus and He gonna help you. So every time today you hear somebody ask you what you gotta know, you tell them, I will come to God's presence when I feel stressed out. And that right there is what you gotta know. Well, I'm Boudreaux over the bayou saying, bye-bye you.
Wow, guys. Hey, it's Cam. Looking forward to talking with you today again about Don't Worry. We've been in a series called Don't Worry About It. Well, Jesus said this, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. Well, today we're going to look in Luke chapter 10, which is a great Bible story about Mary and Martha. And Mary and Martha were sisters, and Jesus was coming to visit their house. And Jesus came, and He came into their house. He took off His shoes. He sat down, and He began to relax. But one of the sisters was kind of running around like crazy. Martha was running around trying to prepare everything, get everything ready, making sure it's nice and tidy for Jesus because He was the guest of the hour. But Mary was slowed down and sat at Jesus' feet, probably even washed His feet and listened to Him. Now Mary came in and she said, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Why is Mary being, you're treating her different than anybody else, than me? And I'm preparing the meal, I'm doing all this work. Mary should be helping me. And Jesus said some things which I think are real important, and because they thought this was unfair. He said this. Jesus said something interesting back to her. He said, He is basically doing this. Martha, you have to understand something. Mary is exactly where she needs to be with me. Instead of stressing over everything going on, the details, you should be with me as well. Matthew 11:28 says this, come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. See, boys and girls, sometimes I think we get worried about school. We get worried about all the things that are going on. And Jesus says, just slow down. Spend time with me. Get to know me. Take your stress load off. And it's so important because I think so many times we're all just a little too stressed out. We're a little too worried about that. Well, as we dive in today, we're going to look at some points. And life is full of stress. That's our first point. Life is full of stress, but we got to trust in God. It says in John chapter 16, verse 33, it says this, here on earth you will have many trials, And trials cause stress. So some of you have been like worried about your homework, worried about your friends, worried about what you're going to wear, what you're going to do, or how you're going to look, or what you're going to do. Jesus said it very clearly that we need to take time and slow down and not worry about the stress and all the things that go on in our lives. And what I love about this, it's you can get very, very easily stressed out and be like Martha and not like Mary in our Bible story. Be careful though, because life is full of stress and it can sneak up on you. But I think secondly, this is so important for us to learn. Jesus is stronger than any stress. Jesus is the one who carries everything. It says this in John 16:33. It says, I have told you many things so that you may have peace and have peace with me. You see, Jesus is trying to help us along. He's helping us understand that when we get all stressed out and all worried and all these things are coming at us, is that we really can look to him and trust him in all that we do. If you hold up stress in your life, it can become really just heavy. It can be tough. It's almost like taking a tomato and just squeezing it down and squeezing it. Eventually it just bursts and it goes everywhere. You don't want to be like that. You want to be able to just not have so much stress in your life. So, secondly, Jesus is stronger than the stress. He can help you through it all. And then thirdly, when you're stressed, when you're feeling stressed, come to Jesus. I think the best thing in our lives we can do, boys and girls, is spend some time praying over the things that you worry about, things that you stress over, things that seem to get in the way. So when you look at this, let's look at it this way. When you fill up a glass of water, you are thirsty, let's say, and you really want to drink a lot of it. And you fill it up all the way to the top and you put some ice in it and you just kind of wait till it gets cold and then you drink it. It's really, really good. But what you've done is you filled it so full that it just overflows and makes a big mess. I think sometimes we do that with our life with stress. We put too much in it. We overwhelm it. We try to do too many things at once. We do soccer, we do football, and there's nothing wrong with that. We do school, we do friends, we do all that. But it gets so much, and Jesus just wants us to slow down. And he wants us to fall at his feet. And he wants us to love him and care for him and be with him and not get all over anxiety and all this scare and this fear. He wants us just to be with him. So boys and girls, I pray out of this verse and this text that we have in Luke chapter 10, verses 38 and following, that we realize that Martha was a little bit too stressed out and Jesus had to remind her, and Mary was the one that was doing what Jesus wanted her to do and the way that we need to be doing things. That's important. I pray that we're like Mary. I pray that we slow down, we see Jesus, we embrace him, we know him, and we try to follow him at a pace that's not overwhelming to you and to me. So God, I pray for you guys, and I pray your hearts will be okay, and that you'll just maybe take this to heart this week and kind of slow down a little bit. Let's go ahead and pray, and then we're going to watch our memory verse, and we'll go. God, thanks for today. Thank you so much for blessing us with each other. You are such a good God. You want us to slow down. You want us to be at your feet. You don't want us to be at a pace where we're doing everything and we miss you. And I pray we won't miss you. We love you so much. Thank you so much for this lesson in your name. Amen. See you later, boys and girls. Hope you have a great week.
Oh, hey there, boys and girls. It's your old buddy Kent. Kent, hear ya. I'm 86 years old, so I'm just a little bit hard of hearing. The reason I'm here today is to teach you today's power verse. Today's power verse says, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest.'" Matthew 11:28. Well, that was a wonderful power verse, wasn't it? I tell you what I need you to do. I need you to help me say it. So I want you to stand up. There you go, stand up, and you're going to say it with me loud. Remember, I'm hard of hearing. Say it with me loud so we can get my loudometer all the way up to 10. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Oh, that was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I still can't hear you. Get it? I want you to do it again, and this time we're going to get the loudometer all the way to 10. Say it loud. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Great job on the power verse. You may have a seat. Well, I've got to go find my earwax removal kit. It's going to be a long day ahead of me. Well, until next time, I can't hear you, but I'll see you later. Bye-bye.